Alright, this is the video tutorial on the 20-foot pontoon boat that I rent to folks who are experienced boat operators with a signed waiver. It does have a trolling motor, and the boat is rated for 11 people, but I ask that you keep the vessel to about 7, just to keep the chaos to a minimum. The boat is 32 years old, including the motor, so it does need a little bit of TLC. A few things about the boat. Okay, I've got a battery kill switch here. When you first get on board, you want to turn the switch to where you see it's green or on. You've got your terminals pointing up, okay? And that that is the battery control. The boat does have 2 6-gallon fuel tanks, okay? Left side, port side, starboard side. Okay, I try to keep the boat with the fuel as full as possible. When starting the boat for the first time, you want to prime the bulb till it's nice and firm. Okay, all right, and come over here. And starting the boat, the key goes underneath. A little tricky to see, but right behind the key, there's a black toggle or silver toggle switch. That's the choke. So when you're starting the boat, you want to pull the toggle switch towards you, then turn the key, and the boat's fired right up. Okay. The throttle when you're in neutral is right here. Okay. It's a little unusual. I've not seen one like this before. But anyway, you can idle the boat up right here. A few things on the electronics. I just added a Garmin fish finder, 3.5-inch screen, color readout. It will only power up if your battery switch is on, and it is powering up right now. The boat does have a radio. You can Bluetooth your phone to it. The only button on this control board that matters is this boat, and you can see it operates the deck lights as well as the anchor light in the back. On the top control panel, this button controls a washdown pump. I have a washdown hose back there. This middle button runs your forward floodlights on the front of the boat, and then here is your navigation lights. And when you're done using the boat, I just make sure the switches are off, okay? And here's the readout on your Garmin. Okay. Anyway, the boat does have a few life jackets. You've got a toolbox, extension cord. You've got a battery tender here if you want to charge the battery overnight. There are 2 fire extinguishers, one under this seat, one under this seat. 2 fire extinguishers on board. I do keep a boat cooler on here. I just store the anchor in here, but you can obviously put your drinks in here as well. The anchor has about 60, 70 feet of anchor line. And this lake, the deepest I've seen it on the screen is about 60 feet, but most of the time the lake is 20 to 30 feet, so the anchor should be plenty. One thing I do ask, when you're done using the boat for the day, I keep a tarp on board. I actually keep several tarps on board. I ask that you please cover the captain's seat as well as the console and the electronics, because it does rain quite a bit here, and I'm trying to extend the life of the vinyl seating and of course the electronics. When you're operating the boat out on the lake, it does not have a miles per hour gauge, but you do have a tachometer. I've got a piece of tape here at about 4,500 RPMs, and I just ask that you keep the motor below that or about that. It'll go a bit faster, but I'm just trying to extend the life of the motor itself, and just a little bit of TLC and babying. The motor does stall on occasion when you're at low speed and idle, and it just stalled out just now. That's very common, especially starting out the day, but normally it'll just fire right back up. And should you have a breakdown in the middle of the lake, I have 2 paddles on here, and you could easily get back, whether it's the trolling motor or the paddles, but the lake isn't big enough to have to worry about being stranded. Anyway, that is the general tutorial of the boat. Also, on your control board, you've got a phone charger, cigarette lighter here as well. But that's your general tour of the boat, and I just ask that you treat it with a little love and care, because it is old, and I'm just trying to get the life to last a little bit longer. And she normally runs really strong. She'll stall out occasionally, especially if you're at low speed and sitting in idle. But that is it, and I hope you enjoy.